Good morning and welcome to the next play. I'm your host, Darkel. And this morning we're going to talk about the quiz of yesterday was who is white chocolate? And the answer is Jason Williams. He was called White Chocolate because he's a white player. Had a little game with him. It was decent, you know. Today's quiz is who was called the oak tree. My first quote of the day is, be sure to put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. That's by Abe Lincoln. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Please be sure to put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. The word of the day is reincarnation. Is the religious or philosophical idea that the seed or spirit of the soul or spirit of a living being starts a new life in a different physical body. Ain't that something? If I wish that could happen, I wish I could be at least 19 or 18 years old. Because boy, I loved it, that man. Anyway, start your life again in a physical body or form after biological death. Literally means to come back in the flesh. And boy, I wish I can do that all over again with the knowledge that I got now. Oh my God. Anyway, in WNBA, the Fire defeated the Mercury 88-85. Carla Light had 23 points, 1 rebound, and 5 assists. Alicia Thomas had 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. DeWanna Bonner had 23 points, 6 rebounds. The Sky defeated the Storm 82-80. Camila Cardoso led the way with 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. Dominique Malonga had 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists in a losing cause. The Fever defeated the Dream 96-91. Caitlin Clark led the way with 26 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists. Kelsey Mitchell had 20. Alicia Gray had 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists in the losing cause. Major League Baseball. Baltimore 10, Tampa Bay 2, Pittsburgh 8, Boston 3, Atlanta 5, Arizona 3. New York Yankees defeated the Blue Jays 4-3. My Mets defeated the Nationals 4-3. Seattle defeated the Reds 7-1. Chicago White Sox 7, Detroit 5. San Diego 5, Cleveland had a donut. Get them some coffee. Philadelphia 7, Minnesota 5. St. Louis 11, the Cubs 4. Colorado 13, San Francisco 7. Oakland 5, Texas 2. Kansas City 3, Los Angeles Angels had a donut. Get them, what kind of donut was it? A jelly? I love jelly. Milwaukee 6, Los Angeles Dodgers 2, Seattle 3, Houston 2. Today we're going to talk about a great player. He had a great career in the NBA, and I've always wondered why. He was very young when they traded him to the Knicks, and he played alongside Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan was in his second year in the league. I couldn't believe they let him go for Horace Grant, because you didn't really upgrade anything with Grant. You know, as far as Oakley had more hustle, to me, more muscle. He became, I don't understand why they got rid of him. It might have been, I don't know what, maybe his attitude, because that determines your altitude in life, and that's true, because being negative only brings more negative thoughts. So it's always to have a positive thought, even when things ain't going right. You can't continue those thoughts, because you ever notice when you're going through it and you thinking about negative shit, you always want to do something negative with the negative thought, and more negative thoughts. No, don't do this, don't do that, and I'm going to do it like this. So it's very important to dismiss the negativism and replace the seed to be germinated, like you would plant a sunflower seed in your garden to create sunflower plants or whatever. You would need to germinate your mind when you plant the seed. You want to germinate good thoughts, and which attracts more good thoughts. Okay, Charles Oakley was born on December 18th, 1963 in Cleveland, Ohio. Oakley is best known for playing 10 of his 19 seasons in the National Basketball Association with the New York Knicks. As a power forward, he consistently ranked as one of the best rebounders and defensive player in the NBA. He also played for the Chicago Bulls, Toronto Raptors, Washington Wizards, and the Houston Rockets from 2017 to 2025. He was the coach of the Killer Threes of the Big Three. Oakley played high school at John Hay High School, not John Jay, John Hay, Hay, High School, where he excelled in basketball. Oakley attended Virginia Union University, a Division II historically black university in Richmond, Virginia. As a senior in 1984 and 85, Oakley led Virginia Union to the 1985 Division II NCAA championships. The Panthers had a 31-1 overall record that year, with Oakley averaging 24 points and 17.3 rebounds. He was a monster a game. Oakley was named the NCAA Division II Player of the Year. He scored 2,379 points and grabbed 1,642 rebounds in his college career. Probably added another 10,000 in the NBA. Oakley was drafted with the 9th overall pick in the 1985 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers, but his draft rights were traded to the Chicago Bulls alongside Calvin Duncan for Ennis Watley and Keith Lee. Oakley provided another scoring option and steady offensive and defensive performances to an up-and-coming Bulls squad led by Michael Jordan. On March 15, 1986, Oakley set a career high in points, scored 35 during a 125-116 loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Oakley was selected as part of the NBA All-Rookie First Team in 1986. Oakley also assumed the role of the team enforcer, whose duty primarily was to protect young Jordan against cheap shots and roughhousing tactics of opposing players. He was given the nickname Oak Tree for his rugged demeanor and no-nonsense attitude. On April 26, 1987, Oakley set a postseason career high with 25 points scored alongside grabbing 15 rebounds in a loss to the Boston Celtics. At the end of the 1987-88 season, Oakley and Michael Cage, then of the Los Angeles Clippers, were in close competition to be the season's top rebounder. In the penultimate game of the season for the Bulls, Oakley collected 35 rebounds in a loss against the Cleveland Cavaliers, which remains the most in a single game since 1979. 2 nights later, Oakley had 21 rebounds against the Boston Celtics to close the season. When Cage arrived at the Clippers games later on, a note with the number 28, the number of rebounds he would need to overcome Oakley, was tapped to his locker. Cage would play all 48 minutes in that game and collect 30 rebounds. With the drafting and development of Horace Grant, the Bulls traded Oakley to the New York Knicks for 7'1" center Bill Cartwright. Oakley eventually, that's because they drafted Patrick Ewing, because Cartwright was a good big man also. Oakley eventually became part of the core which the Knicks built around, which also featured Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Anthony Mason, and point guard Mark Jackson, who they shipped out. I don't know why. During the Knicks' 1994 season, which included a record 25 playoff games, Oakley started every regular season game and playoff game for a record 107 starts in a single season. On June 1st, 1994, Oakley scored 12 points, grabbed 13 rebounds, and recorded 7 assists in a Game 5 loss to the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks eventually won that series, The following round during the year, the NBA Finals, Oakley averaged 11 points, 11.9 rebounds per game, a tightly contested 7-game series loss to the Houston Rockets. On March 11, 1998, Oakley grabbed a season-high 22 rebounds in a loss against former teammate Anthony Mason and the Charlotte Hornets. Despite regular season success and consistent playoff appearances, the Knicks did not return to the finals again during Oakley's tenure. During his time with the Knicks, Oakley was known across the league for being a defensive specialist and outstanding rebounder. I agree. In 1998, Oakley was traded by the New York Knicks to the Toronto Raptors alongside Sean Marks for blossoming star Marcus Camby. For the Raptors, he provided a veteran presence to a young team that included Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. On January 7, 2001, Oakley set a career high with 6 blocks and also narrowly missed a triple-double with 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. In 2001, Oakley was traded by Toronto Raptors with a 2002 second-round pick to the Chicago Bulls for Brian Skinner. Who the hell is that? This was his second tenure with the Bulls. Starting 36 of his 57 games played, he averaged 3.8 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. He was getting older then, and 2 assists per game. In 2002, Oakley signed a free agent deal with the Washington Wizards, where he reunited with teammate Michael Jordan. Oakley played 42 games during the 2002-2003 season, averaging 1.8 points per game, 2.5 rebounds per game, and 1 assist per game. Yeah, so that was the great career of a great Knick. And they shitting on him, man. They need to get over all that beef he got with Charles Dolan. Come on, man. He's a legend. Let that nigga live, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to really throw him out, embarrass him and all that. I know he's a hothead, but come on, man. Somebody got to be the bigger man. That's Oak. He gave his heart and soul to that organization for 10 years, man. That got to mean something. Anyway, thank you for being with me today, everyone. And like I said, please like, share, and subscribe. It takes less than 3 seconds and is always free. Okay? Before I go, free Poppy, free Sadiq, C Just, Supreme, Naheem, and free them all. Before I go, I would like to say, may eat if you want, but never want as long as you live. May each of you live to be 100, and me 100 minus a day, so I'll never know when great people like you have passed away. May you live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. Thank you very much again. Peace and prosperity to all. Thank you. I'm out.